Hey, 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 twin flames. A big warm welcome to you from me. You're at Tarot for You 444, and it's so lovely to have you with me today. It's been cool in Australia. Unfortunately, there seems to be no clouds out at this time. I mean, no sun out, not clouds. Goodness me. And it's early. So, I wanted to say a big hello. And I wanted to bring something up which I think is very important today because I find that it's relevant, from the clients and from, you know, um, just the general community, generally speaking. So I wanted you to just understand the concept of, you know, the third dimensional relationships or, dating soulmates is very different from the twin flame journey. And I know, most people who are on the twin flame journey already recognize this and understand, that it's a roller coaster, or it can be a roller coaster ride, or it can be, a ride, a fantastical ride on the other hand. And, it really, really does depend on your counterpart and on you as to what kind of journey you have. And it also depends on, where you both live, and also, how spiritual or how much, I don't know, I don't want to say work you've done on yourself, but I kind of do in a way because, if you're in your ego at all, it will trigger you a lot. Okay, so what I want to do is just bring up the topic of, when in separation, how the mind can come in and have this kind of conversation with you, which is kind of, what's the word I'm trying to use? It kind of goes against what your heart space is trying to do. Okay, so if you have come into union with your twin at any stage, as in with communication, you'll find that, as you communicate with them, especially in the first stages, it can be absolute bliss and you can feel magnetically attracted, and you can even begin finishing one another's sentences. You can even, I don't know, if you are doing a, like a Skype call or something, you might find that you are, I don't know, mirroring each other in some way. Like, I don't know, you both might, be holding a red pen, or you both might, I don't know, be drinking the same thing, or, that kind of thing. So there'll be these opposite things that happen, and then there'll be these similarities that happen. And you'll pretty much, well, you should, depending on what's going on in your life, but you should kind of feel like time is standing still. That's what it will feel like. It'll feel like, this magical time where, everything else around you doesn't seem to matter. It's kind of like being in a bubble, where you forget, the third dimensional world or the physical reality around you when you come into union with them, as in, talking with them or communicating with them. It feels like time can stand still. And so, it's kind of like this blissful, 5-dimensional consciousness and above relationship that you have with them. And then when you separate, you've got to go back to your physical reality. And so then the mind kind of kicks in. Together you're sort of in your heart space, or you should be in your heart space. You should always be giving your twin unconditional love, no matter how they're showing up in the physical reality. Of course, if they're, doing any type of abuse, I would suggest that you walk away, no matter who that is, whether that's a twin flame, a soulmate, or a karmic. Okay? So, never, ever, ever let yourself be manipulated or, I don't know, treated badly by someone, no matter who they are, whether that's your twin flame or whether that's, you know, a karmic or a soulmate, is what I would say here. However, you know, because twin flame mirrors, they're going to bring up what needs healing, or what needs growth is a better word, in you, okay? So this is why people can get so annoyed on the twin flame journey, because they come into this wonderful connection and it feels like bliss and it feels like magic and it feels, you know, all this wonderment. And then if you are coming to your twin in any kind of ego, or if you're wearing a mask at all in any way, they will know. And somehow they will trigger this, or they might even say to you, you know, why don't you just be truthful and tell me what you're thinking? Or, you know, I know you're feeling down and you're not telling me. You know what I mean? They just know, because they are you. You know, you have the same soul. So, you know, trying to hide or have a mask with your twin flame is kind of counterintuitive, and you need to definitely come out of your ego if you're wanting to come into union with your twin flame, because the journey is about unconditional love, first and foremost of self, and then coming into unconditional love for your twin flame. And then together, if you choose to do a mission, you'll try and, you know, bring this unconditional love to whoever or whatever your mission's going to be. All right. So anyway, if you're coming into union with your twin, as in you're communicating with, you're having a phone call with, you're meeting them for coffee, it'll feel blissful, or it will trigger you. All right. So there's two ways we can go here. You're either going to feel absolute bliss, you know, like you wish that the day would go on and on and on and on and on, or you're going to get triggered. Okay. And it's not really their fault that they're triggering you, because it's something inside of you that you need to grow from, that you need to learn from. Okay, so they're just reflecting back to you what you need to grow from. Okay, now I want to put a little caveat here and say that if they're in their distorted energy, so if they're in their ego, if they're, you know, doing behaviors which aren't unconditionally loving to themselves or to you, then this is not what I'm talking about. That's a whole nother topic. You know, the distorted versus the divine is a whole nother topic. And if you go to my Ascension series playlist, you'll see that I cover that topic there, and, you know, a whole range of other topics as well. So, you know, have a look there if you want to know more about that. So anyway, if your divine masculine or feminine is in their divine energy, what you'll find is that when you come together, it'll feel blissful. And then when you separate, you may have been triggered in some way, whether that's subconsciously or consciously. And so you may have things to heal before you come back again into another communication with them. Okay? So this is the pivotal part now. This is when the mind usually takes over and says, oh, I'm not good enough for them, or they're not good enough for me, or, you know, how can it be so perfect? It's, you know, it must be fake because it feels too perfect, and, you know, all these synchronicities are weird. You know, I'm seeing 1111, I'm seeing, you know, his name on the side of a bus, you know, when I go to work, or, you know, I'm seeing, I don't know, in my garden there were 2 lovebirds, and I've never ever seen lovebirds in this part of the world ever before, and it's just so weird. Or, you know, I clicked onto that song and there was 2 swans, or, you know, I don't know, feathers might come across your path, or coins, or, you know, all of these signs and synchronicities, or songs that, you know, it's his favorite song or her favorite song, and you kind of go, you know, this is so weird, you know. And so the mind goes, you know, this can't be real, this isn't happening, this is too good to be true, is quite a common one, too good to be true. And so then I would say, well, now you've come into your ego or your mind space, and you're overthinking this, because I want you to remember that the twin flame connection is not a third dimensional consciousness connection at all, okay? It is a heart to heart, a soul to soul, and an intuitive connection. So you cannot try and label it with the mind or the ego, because that will not work. It is not that kind of connection, all right? You know, if you're trying to compare a third dimensional consciousness connection with a fifth dimensional consciousness connection, there's just too many differences. It's just, a soulmate connection, and I'm not putting those down at all. They're wonderful, they're fantastic. They can help you grow, either to learn lessons, or they can help you grow and grow into something wonderful as well. But a twin flame connection will be difficult, because you're going to be made to look at yourself, okay? You're going to be made to actually focus on yourself and see what needs changing in you. Do you need to look after your body better? Do you need to drink more water? Do you need to give up that habit that you've been doing for years and years and years and saying, I'm going to give it up? Do you need to treat your family and friends better? Do you need to get rid of relationships that no longer serve you anymore? Do you need to put your hand up and say to your children, look, I need mum or dad needs 10 minutes now to go and run a bubble bath, and I'll see you in an hour? Do you need to put some boundaries in place? Being unconditionally loving does not mean that people get to walk all over you, whether that's your twin flame or karmic people or soulmates. No one is allowed to walk all over you, ever. Okay? But you must have the courage to love yourself first. You must have the courage to say, look, I'm too tired to mop that floor today. It's on my list of things to do, but I really need to just lay on my bed and do a meditation. Or I really feel that I should perhaps sit out in the garden for 2 hours and just listen to the birds singing today. Or maybe I'm working too much. Or maybe I need to take more responsibility for something in my life that I've been neglecting. Okay? I want you to remember that you're made up of a mind, a body, a soul, and that you have emotions, and that your chakras, the energetic center, the chi, the prana of you, are all interconnected. And so you need to look after these things first and foremost, so that they can work together in a lovely symbiotic relationship with one another. Okay, and when you come into union with yourself, and when you don't have any masks anymore of yourself, when you're not lying to yourself about certain things, when you're coming from a place of unconditional love and not ego, then you'll be allowed by the divine to come into union with your twin flame. If they so wish. Remember, there is also free will here. Okay? So this is my thoughts for the day. I want you to focus upon yourself, come into unconditional love, and realize that the twin flame journey is a heart-to-heart, soul-to-soul, intuitive connection. You cannot compare it with a soulmate or karmic relationship, because it is not the same at all. Okay? Now, if you want help getting into twin flame union, I have an ascension package that's now available, and you can do it in modules so that it's affordable if you so wish. I also do twin flame readings, I do general life path readings, and I do soulmate readings. Okay? And you can click on, I've got a services video in my playlist if you want to click on the services that I offer, and if you need help with this. Okay? Because coming into union with your twin flame is not easy. Okay, because even if you're communicating with them, you're coming into union and out of union. You know, you might come in and have a phone call and then you separate. And some people separate for 3 months and don't know why. Some people separate for 2 days and then come back because, you know, their twin flame was just at work, or you were just at work. Or, you know, you had Aunt Betsy's wedding to go to or something, right? But if you're in separation and you don't know why your twin flame seems to keep running from the connection, or if you're running from the connection, okay, this is running from the self. And there are ways of ascending yourself, and there are ways of learning how to not be triggered, and there are ways of understanding that this connection is, first and foremost, about unconditional love. Okay? So if you need me, reach out to me. My email is in the description box. And Harry says hi. He's sleeping, but he said to say hi before he went to sleep. And I'm sending you love, peace and light from Australia. Okay? And I hope you have a beautiful day, night, afternoon or evening, wherever you are. And I'll see you real soon. Bye, everyone. Bye.